In this video I'm going to be looking at the 1-5-6-4 chord progression. A 1-5-6-4 is just a series of numbers which are assigned to the chords. So if you're in the key of G, you would play, say, a major scale, and you get G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then you go back to G again. So each of those are assigned a number 1, which is G, and that'll be major, so that's 1. And then the 5 would be G, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll be the D note, and that's major, minor, minor, major, major, so it's a D major, so that's the 5. And then the 6 will be the E, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, so that's an E minor. And then the 4 would be the C, so that's G, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, major, minor, minor, major, C major. So let's move on with the lesson. Then what we're going to be looking at is the strumming side of things as well. What you don't want to do is move your arm up and down from the elbow. You need to get some sort of twist as you're just doing that, really lightly. Even though I'm using a hard pick, that's 1.14 millimeters thick. So it's using the plectrum, so you're not hitting the strings too hard. You're just gliding across them. And of course that distance there is set, that's not going to change, so you don't really want to start your strumming there and end up way down or come all the way up again. You can just sit and just tickle the strings over that distance. I mean, I'm muting the chord now, it's called a ghost chord if you want to know, and you're just gently going across the strings. Now the 1-5-6-4 G, so everyone should know a G chord. Various G's, but that is a pretty common one, just a finger on that side. You can see which fingers I'm using, and one on that side. And because of the size of my hands, I can wrap my finger around, or my thumb around I should say, and you can just rest that there. If you can't, obviously just bring that down and just make sure you don't do that. Just don't hang your thumb. So you need the G, and what we're after is playing a G to a D to an E minor to a C. Now the thing to do is, between the changes you can use this particular thing where you end up doing an upstroke where you're not playing any strings, you're not actually kind of fretting any strings I should say, you're just going like that, and it passes so quickly. Obviously when you're playing it slowly that's going to pass slowly, but if you're playing it something like this, I'm going to go from G to D, you'll get something like this. You would miss that if you didn't listen out for it, so if I do it really slowly you'll hear it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there it is, and then you play the D on the next downstroke. So I'll do that a little bit more up tempo. You would get away with that, even though that's really not a very nice chord. And the idea is to keep that hand moving. This is basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so all the 1, 2, 3s and 4s are all down and the ands are up. So I'll just play through the example slowly and you'll hear the open strings as I go through them. So G, D, E minor, and then C, if you don't know these particular chords, I say this again, you use your third finger on the 3rd fret of string 1, that plays the G note, and then your second finger plays the 3rd fret of string 6, and that finger would actually mute that string there underneath. So if you were to play, you can see it's just vibrating against your finger. You don't really want them on the tips because you'll get this sound. So you're just relaxing your finger on there. Then the D is fret 2 of string 1 with your second finger, and then fret 3 with your third finger on string 2, and then fret 2 with your first finger on string 3, and you play the D string as well. You can play the A string as well, because that first finger is an A note as well, so they're both A's. But don't hit that string, the E string, the thick string there. So if you are to be strumming like this, try not to hit that string. So really aim for these 4 strings, preferably them 3, and you will just brush past these 2 and miss that string there. So you get this. And that's without me using my thumb muting it. If you want to be big and bold strumming with your strumming, you can. And I'm hitting that string, but because my thumb's there, it's stopping it ringing. If you can't reach that, then just be careful, really. E minor. It doesn't matter if you're using those 2 fingers or those 2 fingers. I generally just go for those 2 fingers. It depends what chord I'm going to next, really. So you can see that that's the 2nd fret of string 5 and the 2nd fret of string 4, and that's all of the strings. That's your E minor. And the C chord, don't play the string 6, and it's 3 on the A, and then 2 on the D. The G is open, and 1 on the B, and the E is open, and you should get this. There is another way you could do this. You can actually move that finger to there and then put the little finger where that one was, and now you can play all 6 strings, and then you can hear that low G in with that C chord, and it's still a C. You just put a low G in with that G. Sounds nice. So just to go over this again, so you need G, D, E minor, C. You can actually do different strumming patterns, but we'll get into that another time. But you can use that open, but make sure that when you're changing between the chords, it's on the and of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then beat 1 will be the next chord. So give that a go. I'm sure you'll have fun with it. Good luck.